Happy New Year, everybody. So today, this will be the last video I film in front of my Christmas tree. It's the 2nd of January. I've just got home from being away for a little bit. So I'm going to show you what I got for Christmas. This isn't a brag or a boast. I know some people don't like the whole what I got for Christmas. I was leaning on the fence maybe about a year ago if I liked them or not. I do actually like them. I've watched a few already this year alone. And I really enjoy seeing what people got for Christmas because I'm nosy. So I'm going to start with my friend Laura. She bought me this beautiful book. It's kind of like a gift for me and Holly to share together. And it's called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse. It's a lovely hardback with a sort of like material bound spine. I've never heard of this book. And I think it's mainly designed for children because on the inside, it's sort of, there's not many words to a page and it's quite illustrative, is those the words, with lots and lots of pictures. So I'm just going to read you some of the first few pages. I haven't even done this yet myself. "I'm so small," said the mole. "Yes," said the boy, "but you make a huge difference." "What do you want to be when you grow up?" "Kind," said the boy. "What do you think success is?" asked the boy. "To love," said the mole. And so on and so forth. She also bought me some Kat Von D Everlasting liquid lipsticks. These are more miniature than the mini set that Claire bought for me, which I think I've either used all up now or thrown out because they are years and years old. But these are absolutely tiny. They are literally like 1 ml each, which is great really when you think about it, because who actually uses a full liquid lipstick? How many times did you hear me complain last year that I couldn't get all the lipstick out of the plastic tube anyway? So why would you want to go ahead and waste more when you can have this so easy to carry around and lightweight? So there's 6 shades in there. You've got Lovecraft, which I think I've had before, Bauhaus, which I haven't had before, Nocturna, which is a new and exclusive, I think, and it's exclusive to this at the moment. I don't know. I'm not up to date on what Kat Von D is up to. Bow and Arrow, I think I've still got. If not, I've had before. Hawkwind, I've either got or had before. And NARS for Atu, which I haven't had. So I'm really looking forward to putting those on. I really need to put one on now. I always forget to put my lipstick on before I film, but hey ho, I've got makeup on my face at least. Then from my partner's nan, I got a lovely sort of like 1950s style dress. So it's got sort of like a lacy top, an empire line and sort of like a floaty skirt that you can put like a petticoat underneath. So it's definitely 100% my style sort of dress. It did come with a little sash, I think, to go around the middle, but I misplaced that somewhere. It'll be in with all my other stuff that I got. So that's really nice. It's super lightweight. And then she's teamed it with this sort of like minty green cardigan from Asda, so George in Asda, which is great. So I won't necessarily wear the two together, but I do like the colour of this cardigan and I do have lots of cardigans already. So it's something that I do wear and will wear. Some handkerchiefs, bless her little cotton socks. So handkerchiefs are obviously far more sustainable than a disposable tissue, but they also harbour a lot more germs than a disposable tissue. So it depends on sort of like what you're blowing your nose for or whatever you're using your hanky for. It depends on how hygienic, I guess, hankies are. I thought they were cute. I'm going to keep them for a little bit. If I haven't used them by this time next year, then I will redonate. And obviously, as nans always do, we've got a tub of chocolates. So these are Cadbury's Heroes. I had a lot of these over the Christmas period. I've eaten way too much chocolate over the Christmas period. So I will be taking these away with me on the weekends to share with other people. Otherwise, I will end up eating these all on my own. Then from my partner's sister, I got some saucepans, which is exactly what I asked for. She said, what type of saucepan do you want? And I said, it doesn't really matter. I don't really know. I'm kind of going for like a country sort of vibe. When I opened these, I was really pleased that I got new saucepans, but they're really not the type of style that I like at all, which sounds really selfish. I'm grateful. I'm going to use them. I love them because I really need some new saucepans. But I think what I had in mind, but I didn't know this myself until I opened these, what I had in mind was like a really expensive one saucepan that's going to like last me for the rest of my life. Rather than replacing it with something of equal value to what I've got, but just a newer version. So I'm sure these will be absolutely fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to using them. But now I know that in my mind, when I'm replacing saucepans in the future, I want like something that's gonna have like a copper bottom, something that's gonna like literally go all the way until the end of my life as such. If that makes any sense and if that is even a thing. So next up, from my partner's parents this time, I've got a gin glass here. It did come with Gordon's pink gin, which unfortunately was in one of those little plastic bottles that we've mentioned here on this channel before. I drank it, I enjoyed it and used this. I've just put the glass back in the box and packaging to transport it home safely so it didn't get broken, etc. I needed a new gin glass because I had two, smashed one, and now I only have one. So now I've got two again, which is great because you always need to, either if I'm drinking like with my partner or my friend or whatever, and then I'm the only one with a gin glass, and then somebody else has got to have like a tumbler. It's not great, it's not ideal. So now I've got another gin glass, which is great. Remaining on the gin theme, I got some gin cocktail mixers. So we've got a raspberry, rose flower, lime, mandarin, and elderflower flavours to put into your gin. So say if you've got a plain gin and you just want to spruce it up, make it a little bit sweeter, make it good flavour. You're making like a big jug of like gin cocktail. These are fun for parties, fun for if you want to be girly, fun for just changing up the flavour of a plain gin really. 2 nets of white chocolate coins, reed diffuser in a Italian lemon smell. I haven't had a reed diffuser in a good couple of years, so I'm looking up there because that's where I put my reed diffuser. I'm looking forward to opening this and getting the house back to its non-Christmas self. I've got a pack of these lace footies, which is not something I've ever really used. I've bought them in the past and they're not really for me. I don't wear dolly shoes or anything like that to need these. So I'm going to keep these in my drawer, and if I haven't used them by this time next year, then I will re-gift or donate. I have here an electric lady shaver for beautiful silky smooth skin. It's cordless, it's battery powered. I was going to buy myself a safety razor, again as a push and a purge towards being more eco-friendly. Now that I have this, I feel like I need to give it a go and just use it until I don't know, it dies or whatever. Instead of buying the disposable razors. So I guess that like this still replaces a disposable razor. You can use it dry or wet or whatever. It just wasn't like the vibe I was going with, but now that I've got it, it's great. Got a perfume called Suddenly, and this is from Lidl's. I've spotted on the side. It's what I would call like an everyday wear perfume. It's one that you can just pop in your bag. You know it hasn't cost you a lot of money. You can just keep retopping it up throughout the day. You don't need to worry about running it down too quickly or whatever. So that's that. I thought this was super cute. So this is like a fridge magnet, but it's got sort of like a peg thing here with my name on it. Holly's got one as well. You can just sort of like hang useful notes up on. Like I'm always getting messages from Holly's school saying, remember to do this by this date, remember to do that by that date. So I can put these into this particular organizer. Then I think this is the best gift that I got from my in-laws. I'm going to call them my in-laws. I'm not married to my partner yet, but it's just easier than saying my partner's parents. It's my colour, so my colour. It's a beautiful pink. It's like a metallic flask. It does the whole hot and cold thing. Apparently it keeps your warm drinks warm or hot for 12 hours, and it keeps your cold drinks cold for over 24 hours. Love reusability, love sustainability, love the colour pink. I like this little clasp thing. I like that. That's easy. That's cool for when you're driving because you don't have to like twist off a bottle top. I like the spout. I like everything about this. I'm really chuffed to have this because I need like a collection of reusable mugs. There's no point in having just one reusable mug because at some point it's going to be dirty when you need to use it, and then you're like, and then you end up having like a disposable cup, which is not great. So you need like a variety, maybe like one for every day of the week. Maybe that's a little bit too excessive, but then even if you had 7 of these or 7 versions of a reusable type of mug, then you are more likely to never have to get disposable cup, mug, whatever. I knew I had forgotten to show you something from my partner's nan. So here is a little guardian angel in my birthstone. So the wings are in my birthstone of amethyst. I've got one of these upstairs already that my mother used to hang on her bed frame. I've kept that, so I'll probably put this with that, or put this one in my car, dangle it from the rear view mirror, which is something you probably shouldn't do, but hey, it's tiny and it's my little guardian angel. Super cute. I keep forgetting about stuff and not showing you them. So on my neck is a necklace from my partner's parents. They got it while they were in America, and it's a Native American sign for happiness. So me and my future sister-in-law, I guess, is the best way to call her. We've got the same symbol, but hers is a slightly darker thing. I think I prefer the colour of mine. It's in the stone turquoise. So that's lovely. It's probably like one of the most delicate pieces of jewellery I've got to date. My partner's auntie got me this necklace, which is a Scottish thistle. Also from my auntie, I got this pink scarf. Always a winner. It's a lovely scarf, and you can sort of like use it as a blanket. It's not like a blanket scarf because they're a lot thicker and a lot bigger, but I mean, come on. Hi. Loving life. Obviously the colours aren't given off because I'm not filming in the best colour lighting possible, but hey, so there's that. She got me some Edinburgh Gin, drunk it. I don't know if I've like ginned myself out, because for the whole time, like the whole Christmas week period, I haven't fancied a gin at all. I've just been on the red wine, which is highly calorific, by the way. But I was excited to see this because I've tried seaside or seaweed gin in the past with my friend Joe, and we really liked it. So I was keen to try it again, and I hadn't tried the Edinburgh Gin version of it. I'm just about sick to the back teeth of Edinburgh Gin at the moment, because obviously I got quite a lot of them in my advent calendar, as we all know. Meh. I'm not sure if it's because I'm ginned out, but I wasn't overly enamoured by it. It was drinkable. I enjoyed it, but I wasn't like that. It wasn't as good as what I remembered it to be. So that was a bit of a shame, a bit of like a burst my bubble sort of moment kind of thing. But hey, it was nice. I sound like I'm being massively ungrateful. I am aware, but you will always get from me open and honesty. I don't see the point in telling somebody that you really like something when you actually don't, because that's a bit backstabby. And also, they're more likely to keep buying you a similar sort of item again in the future. So if you don't like it, and you tell them that you do, you're probably going to get that item again. So I totally think that you should just be straight with somebody, or straight about something. I'm not going to stand here and be like, oh, hey, this is amazing, when I don't actually like it. That sounds really ungrateful, but that's just who I am. Judge me as you will. So also from my partner's auntie, I got a whiskey tea. So inside we have some individually wrapped tea bags. The ingredients, it says tea and flavouring, so I'm assuming they've put some sort of like whiskey flavouring into this. I've tried one. it tasted like normal tea to me. But then it was made with semi-skim milk, and I'm not used to semi-skim milk. I'm used to almond milk. So I'm going to try it again. But as a first impressions, it just tastes like normal tea, which is a shame because obviously I like the whiskey flavour. Maybe it needs to brew for longer, but I will get back to you on these. And then some more chocolate. So I've got a multi-packet of Crunchies. I'm going to like sin these up for Slimming World and then hide them away. And then after these are gone, I'm going to try and not buy any more like dairy products, chocolates or whatever, because I'm trying to like be more plant-based. But hey, they won't know. I didn't inform my family beforehand. Plus I'm pretty sure they don't really get the whole vegan thing at all. And also some white chocolate KitKat chunkies, which are amazing. It's things like this that like when I go plant-based, I do feel the pull, because Crunchies, white chocolate really are my favourite sort of thing. Vegan Crunchies you can get and they are lovely, but they're expensive, so there's the pull there. And then vegan white chocolate is just not really, it is a thing, but like it doesn't taste like this type of white chocolate at all. It tastes nice, but it doesn't taste anything like white chocolate as you know it, and that's a real pull for me because it just is. Everybody's got a weakness. That's my weakness. So moving on to Holly. Holly got me, well, I think my partner got me on behalf of Holly. I think Holly actually chose these. Some earrings from Pandora. So these are the butterfly earrings, as you might be able to see there. And this side. So those are super nice. She got me some Pandora earrings last year and I basically wore them every single day for a whole entire year. And she's done the same again this year, although me and my partner have decided that we will never, ever, 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 ever be buying from Pandora ever again, because we ordered his mum a chain and a charm for her birthday at the beginning of November. They took my partner's money out of his bank account almost the next day, and then the item never got dispatched. So we obviously raised sort of like, where's my item? I've been waiting over 2 weeks. And they emailed back saying, you will have had an email to say it's dispatched. You'll need to follow the Royal Mail link to see where it is, kind of thing. And my partner was like, well, you never emailed me to say that it was dispatched. You took my money and then I never had a dispatch email. I've been through my junk email and yada, yada, yada. Anyway, time and time goes on. So we're now in January. We still haven't had a dispatch email. And he's taken it up via PayPal, who have refunded him the £70. I'm not talking like £35 now. I'm talking like £70, which is, pushing towards £100. That's quite a lot of money, regardless if it's £1 or £70. Regardless if it's £1 or £70, I really think that that's disgraceful customer service. PayPal have emailed Pandora and said, look, where is it? You haven't you've given him an order code, but you haven't done anything. They never replied to PayPal. So PayPal just messaged my partner and said, look, here's your money back. We'll be chasing Pandora from now on in, kind of thing. So thank goodness he did pay through PayPal. If you have an option to pay for anything, pay through PayPal, because they're notoriously good at recovering your money if you are in the right. I've never had any problems with PayPal. So then moving on to my brother and his partner. So they've organised me a few sort of little stocking filler type gifts. So this is the Scottish Fine Soaps Company. There's a theme here. So we've got Scottish family some Scottish family from my partner's side of the family. And then we've got some Scottish, my brother was born in Scotland, his partner's Scottish. So we've got some Scottish themed things going on here. So the Scottish Fine Soaps Company, oatmeal bathing milk. I haven't had a bathing milk or a shower milk in absolutely ages. It's sort of like a super runny bubble bath. I don't know. It sounds divine. It's in a lovely glass bottle as well, so super eco-friendly. Looking forward to trying that. Some socks, because who doesn't need socks at Christmas time? These ones have my name on them. So look here. L. got my name on it. Absolutely brilliant. Some more L socks, but they don't have my name on it. But I think that's why they were bought for me, because obviously that's my name. And then 3 more bags of chocolate coins, but this time these ones are vegan. So 2 packs of vegan white chocolate coins and a packet of vegan brown milk chocolate coins. Milk chocolate coins, normal chocolate. Yeah, dairy-free milk chocolate coins. I have a lot of chocolate. So also from my brother, I've got these mittens. I requested these from him. They're by the brand Rab. They're a little bit on the big side, so there's my finger, and then they sort of like fold over at the top, which is a shame. So I might get him to swap them, although I've taken the labels off and worn them now. So I might pass these on to my partner and then ask my brother to order me a smaller size. But I don't suffer actually. I have Raynaud's disease. Or Raynaud's syndrome. I'll leave the spelling of that down on the screen below. I think I want to try out mittens over gloves to keep my hands warm, because as soon as I get cold, that's it. My hands have lost all of the blood in them and I can't get the circulation back for a long time. And when the circulation does come back into my fingers, like the blood actually comes back in, it's so painful. My fingers are really stiff. It's so itchy and painful when the blood actually does come back into my finger. So actually not being able to, like, if I don't get cold and try not to lose the blood circulation from my fingers in the first place, then we're on to a winner. So that was the idea behind those, but I'm going to get him to get me a small size. And then on the theme of keeping warm, he also got me this Rab jacket. So, and again, another really generous gift. So think of like a really warm jacket that's filled with feathers or like a synthetic-y type of material. This is that. It's like a super warm jacket, but it's got like a waterproof outer. So normally when you wear like a thick winter coat like that, you can't really get it wet, because as soon as it gets wet, it's like ruined. And seeing as we live in like the UK, it's kind of like cold and rainy at the same time. Like rarely is it just cold. So it's almost like you need to have your warm jacket on and then wear a waterproof jacket over it. Whereas this one, you don't really need to do that. It's got the waterproof outer. Obviously, it's only waterproof to a certain extent. It's more than showerproof. It definitely is waterproof, but it's not going to be waterproof like an actual waterproof jacket. If you get me, am I making sense? This is sort of like a longer line one, so it comes below my butt, which is something that I also requested. I get that this is nowhere, even by a stretch of the imagination, vegan. This is what my brother bought for me. I did request a warm jacket. I am not in control of whether he chooses to be vegan or not. It is a feather down filled jacket. I'm just putting that out there. I'm not trying to fob you off and say that it's not, but that is that. So I know it doesn't look sexy, but I'm so warm right now that I actually want to keep this on in the house. So moving on to what my partner got me, and then this will be it for the haul. Christmas socks. I always request Christmas socks. It's something that my mother used to buy me, so I said that he now has the job of buying me Christmas socks. So these were like a set of 5. So there was like these navy blue ones with sort of like sparkles all over them with a Rudolph on the top. There were these ones with Rudolph all over. And then the rest of the packet were completely disappointing, to be honest. One was plain navy with mustard toes and heel. The other was like red and stripy, I guess a bit like a candy cane. And then the others were these, which are completely plain and beige, and then they've got sort of like a Christmas jumpery type of pattern here. So I said to him, love the Christmas socks, love the fact you went out to get me Christmas socks, but next year maybe just buy me 1 pair of Christmas socks. I don't need 5 pairs of Christmas socks. So next up in this package are 2 of these brass or bronze type of hair. So bless my partner. He knows I wanted bronze or brass hairs for absolutely forever and ever. So he'd ordered these online. The other one's exactly the same. I'm just going to leave it in the box for now. But they're absolutely tiny. So I love them. They're really great. But the actual type of bronze and brass hair that I wanted, maybe I should have specified. Maybe this is my problem. I'm not specifying exactly what I want to people. So the bronze and brass hairs that I want are literally like this big. So I don't know how to explain that to you. So maybe if I stand up and my knees are here, they are literally like up to my knees. To sit like in my fireplace or by my front door, but they're huge and they literally cost a fortune, which is why I've never gotten around to buying them, because it's like an investment item. It's something that my mum always wanted to buy as well. Obviously she never got round to it, so it's something that I definitely want to get round to buying because I really like them as well, and obviously looking at them will remind me of her, etc, etc. These I love, but they're so small. It's so small. Hello, Mr. Hair. Next up is this beautiful box from Sophie Conrad. Lol. It's what's inside the box that matters. So this is a very unexciting to a lot of people gravy boat and dish. So if you didn't know, Sophie Conrad is a sort of like interior designer or a designer or whatever. I don't know what to call her really. And she actually designs this sort of style of tableware for Port. I call it Port Merion. I know a lot of people pronounce it Port Merion, which is a village in North Wales that makes all this sort of like stuff. Tableware. They make bowls, they make knives, forks, glasses, cups, saucers, all of that sort of stuff. So cutlery, crockery, I guess. But yeah, I've got some Sophie Conrad bowls. I've got Sophie Conrad cups. I've got Sophie Conrad fruit bowl. And then I wanted the Sophie Conrad gravy boat because I don't have a gravy boat. So I didn't see the point in buying a cheap gravy boat when I know that eventually I would like to have all of this sort of stuff to be Sophie Conrad. Does that make sense? So this is what we got. We got it from the seconds shop, as in like the outlet store, because apparently there's something wrong with it. It was so cheap in comparison to the full price item. It was like less than half price compared to the full price item, which is just crazy. So that's my gravy boat. I love it. I don't know about you. I got some more gin. Yay! I just didn't drink. I took this with me, obviously away for Christmas, but didn't drink any, just didn't really fancy it. So this is a rose gin, which I think I'm just absolutely going to adore. How cute is this bottle? It's so small batch. So this is copper pot distilled in Cornwall. A rose gin that changes colour when mixed with tonic. Simply a gin like no other. Lovingly handcrafted in copper pot stills at our distillery on the Cornish coast. We use only the finest organic, fresh, hand-picked David Austin English roses and traditional botanicals. A delicate light gin with an authentic London dry gin character. So I tried a little bit of this in the shop before I bought it. Tasted like roses, loved it, bought it, job done, boom. So I haven't got around to drinking any of it. Again, I'm just off the gin market at the moment. I don't know what's going on with me. Maybe when I get back on it, as in like get back on it with regards to like losing weight, I can return to my gin Wednesdays. But we shall see. And then last but by no means least, I got these from my partner. Probably the best presents that I told him off because I was so shocked at what he bought for me. But some AirPods. I've been bashing on about how when I go to bed or I'm doing this or I'm doing that, I want to edit but not disturb him while I'm editing and whatever. My phone's always running out of battery because it's like getting on to be quite an old phone now. It's like I bought it for my 30th birthday and I'm going to be 32 in a couple of months. So it literally is 2 years old this month, or the end of this month I'd say, because I bought it a little bit earlier than my 30th birthday. I'm always bashing on about how I need to charge my phone, but I can't like put the sound on. So he went out and got me some AirPods, which I was just like, wow. But like I know that they're ridiculous. I don't even know how expensive they are, but I know that they are expensive. So I was totally blown away by that. That's it, guys. That's what I got for Christmas. I think I've got a headache. I don't think I've spoken this long to the camera for a while. I haven't vlogged in over like a week or whatever. That's a lie. I vlogged like a tiny little clip. But yeah, now I've just absolutely made a massive mess all around me and I'm going to go and clean it up. Let me know in the comment box what you guys got for Christmas down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Click subscribe to my channel to see more from me in the future. I have no idea what 2020 will hold for us. I kind of want to go down the route of no buys, more sustainable things, plastic free, more skincare because my skin, I was under control with it and now I'm not. But whatever. Yeah, cool. So love you and leave you, and I shall see you all soon. Bye.